Welcome back to the in-depth playthrough of Elden Ring, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Let's Play Dark Souls HD, and today we are going to continue our adventure through the underground areas of the Lands Between. So no need to start with maintenance today because we did pretty much everything we were supposed to do, but I am going to handle one tiny little bit of business here that needs to be taken care of. Right here. So we never did go back and talk to the Albinauric woman, and we need to. Gideon, the All-Knowing, had mentioned to us that she was hiding out here, so we have a dialogue from him specifically about her, but she is going to be the key to the other half of the medallion for us. It's going to be our second medallion in this playthrough.
I told the all-hearing brute already that I possess no such medallion. Or have you come to take more from me? Was my other half not enough?
So she actually just referenced Gideon right there, but we didn't have this dialogue option before from her. Before we had her saying exactly what she just said to us, but it was the only thing that she would say. And because we went to the Albinauric village, which is just up the hill from where we are now, and we talked to the guy that was disguised as the pot, and he gave us one half of the secret medallion, which we can now show her.
Oh. Do you speak true? So old Albus entrusted his medallion to you. Then I've no choice but to trust that this was his dying will. Let's try again. I'm Latenna, an Albinauric, the same as old Albus. My apologies for my coarse words earlier. I presume the worst. Seeing that you're another tarnished like that all-hearing brute, I hope that you will forgive me.
Apology accepted. And let's make a note here, just a real quick note about the way she refers to Gideon as the all-hearing, because if you look at the introduction cutscene for this game, you can actually see that Gideon, being named as one of the Tarnished, he's called Gideon Ofnir the All-Knowing, but he's inside what looks like a bath of ears. Just ears, and we don't know if they're petrified, we don't know if they're just like fresh, just soft human ears. It's weird either way, but we don't know what's going on with it. We just know that he is submerged in like a tub of them.
The medallion's better off in your hands anyway. Would you consider doing me a great service? I must go back. There is something I must do, even if I must say farewell to my wolf Lobo. Will you show me the way? To the land of Miquella's Halig tree. If you accept, I would gladly apprise you of the whereabouts of the medallion's other half.
Sure thing.
Thank you kindly. They say the other half of the medallion is beyond the Forbidden Lands, north of the Erd Tree, in Castle Sol, on the mountain tops of the Giants, accessible by the Grand Lift of Rold. Then I suppose it's time. Farewell, Lobo. My faithful wolf. My better half. I will go with the Tarnished, so that our journey will not have been in vain. Forgive me, Lobo.
And then we get her as a spirit ash.
When needed, and I will fight at your side.
Wow. Talk about atmosphere. Delivering that line and abandoning her faithful wolf with the rain. Doesn't get much better than that. Now, her spirit ash is quite unique. It's one of a kind, to be honest. It is considered one of the special ones, so it is along the same lines as the hawk that we upgraded, as well as these banished knights and the headless knight Lootle. It is considered a special spirit summon, and the nice thing about it is she fires these arrows, but she can also tame wildlife. So, a rare case of one who chose to become a spirit voluntarily. Latenna was renowned as a deft magic archer, but having lost her beloved wolf companion, Lobo, she cannot move from the place where she was summoned. Interesting stuff. And poor Lobo. That's okay. We'll give her an opportunity to tame wild wolves and fight alongside us. It's really cool to see, actually. Alright, so what we need to do now is we're going to head this way. we are going to continue our adventure into the underground, and we are going to seek out the Ainsel River well now. I mentioned in the description of the previous episode that it's a really good idea to bring lots of ammunition for this part, lots and lots of throwing items, and some bug spray. So this is going to be a separate well. It's the exact same one. Oddly enough, it is the exact same well. It looks the same. It's the same structure and everything. It's just in a different part of the game. So you have multiple of these giant wells that go downward in the lands between. And this one just happens to take us down to a different part of the underground. And with that, we get a glimpse of our next enemy. These ants are the real deal. Can you think of a single video game you've ever played where giant ants were not a problem? I can't, so why would it start here? You see these giant stingers they have, and the fact that they're just straight up huge. These ants are problematic. They do have a significant amount of poise. It is difficult to interrupt their attacks once they actually start attacking you. And the real shitty thing is they have a grab attack that does a lot of damage, and it's incredibly hard to avoid. You can't block it either. So, I'm going to show you some really useful tactics against these guys. And, again, I had mentioned before because of the strong meat, the reason it was good that we picked up more materials to make the strong meat was for instances like this. It is incredibly important to be able to kill these things in like 2 hits or less, because especially if more than one of them is on you at a time, but 3 hits is too long, in my opinion, against these enemies. These ants are highly problematic. They have a projectile attack that they shoot at you, and overall, in general, it's a bad time. It's a really bad time. But I got you covered. One thing I want to do real quick before we go through this hell that we're about to go through. I missed an item. A couple people pointed out in the description that I walked right past an item that was up towards this elevator that comes up to Caelid here. So let's take the elevator back down. And let's go grab this item that I missed. It should be right in front of me, because I think everybody said it was like right on the steps or something like that. And yes, it's quite a long ride down, but I don't want to forget about it. Usually what I end up doing is I'll just grab something off screen if it gets mentioned, if somebody says, you actually missed an item here. I will go back and grab it off screen just to save the time, but this won't take long. I already see it. Good lord. How did I walk past this? What? Seriously? How did I walk past that? Oh, wow. And it's a charm, too. The Clarifying Horn Charm. So let's see what we got. Raises focus. All right. Okay. Like antlers. Yep. So this is a direct reference to the ancestral spirit. Okay. Let me do this real quick too. Somebody had mentioned that right as I'm about to go into the new area, that's when I suddenly remember the stuff that I forgot. Right as I started this episode, I could not for the life of me remember the thing that I was supposed to do that I forgot about. But it's all coming back to me now. I'm starting to remember. It had been mentioned that there was something on top of the hut that I was chased into by the octopus. There should be an item up there as well, so let's go get that before we get... Anytime I'm running through this area and I hear those bell sounds, it always freaks me out because I keep thinking that like some kind of like super overpowered enemy is going to be summoned, and Well, I missed that too. Don't care to fight the octopus again. It's not part of my agenda. But I am going to go up there, because apparently there's an item we missed, so I think I already see it. Yeah, there we go. Alright, good looking out. That was smithing stones too. Alright. We are not messing around. And the nice thing about it is we can warp straight back to where we were. So actually, we got 3 things, actually. We got the thing I missed on the steps, going to the big elevator up to Caelid. We got a bonus rune item that's real nice. And we also picked up some smithing stones, which are always handy because we're always experimenting and trying to figure out what we want to use. Okay. So let me put my lamp on. Let me be a good host. Let's grab this guy first. Golden rune. Okay. And there's a split here. We can either go through there, or we can go through this way. I normally go the way with the ants first, but I think I want to change it up, branch out a little bit, start going this way. If I recall, going this way should be the way to this big giant mini boss, unless it's just a dead end. Magic grease. And we can't ride torrent and we can't jump. I guess it's just a dead end then. Okay. Shit, that was easy. God, there's a big ant up there. Surprised that thing didn't come barreling down at me. I mean, if you don't want to fight, that's fine. I ain't worried about it. That's one less ant we got to worry about. So here's the general strategy that you want to use against the ants here. Is just shoot them, pull them down one at a time. Now, hopefully your pulling item... Oh shit, don't miss like me. Okay, 1 hit. Fantastic. So these ants don't like fire. That is the best thing to use against them, is fire. I wonder if we can one-hand them. Like, just a one-handed running R1. That attack sucks. Yes, we can. Fantastic. So we don't even need to two-hand our weapon. We can keep our shield out. So hopefully, whatever it is you're using to pull at this point is upgraded. That will do you a lot of good here, because having that initial chunk of health taken off of them first is great, because that way we can just finish them with like a running strong, or just a running light attack. And quite frankly, I'm all about that. So fire pots are good if you don't have something that can do a good amount of damage. And then hitting them in the ass like that is effective, because you saw that did over 100 more damage than what we were normally doing. This one, for some reason, is like annoying to lock onto. It just straight up won't let me, so. Oh, yeah, I guess we're doing this the hard way. And then knocking him down leaves him open for the stab. You don't have to waste any time. Now, once you go in here into like the actual cave where they live, this is when things start to get a little bit hairy, because not only are they in the ceiling, but they will also come out of the ground. It's super inconvenient. It will get you into a lot of trouble. We have an ant right here. And then we have another one patrolling down the hall. So let's do this. Let's try... Oh my god. Ugh. Let's try to get the jump on this one, shall we? Would have worked a lot better had I not missed. And I also do not recommend trading with the ants, because once you get to the point where you're attacking one, try to attack after the ant already has attacked you. Wait for it to be on cooldown, essentially. Only attack the ants when they are not actively trying to kill you, because if you trade with them, you'll regret it. So ants are going to be on the ceiling in this next cave, but if you veer off to the left here, you see we have one ant right here. Let's continue using our reliable method of getting some kind of damage in first. And then we'll finish them off once they get close. If he feels like it. I mean, this works for me too. I could care less. I just want to kill him. Do not get hit by that attack. It does a lot of damage. Now, at some point in here, there are a couple spots where the ants will actually come out of the water behind you. So, periodically, if you get to a point where you don't see any ants for a minute, like they're not on the ceiling or they're not deliberately in front of you, swivel your camera backward and look behind you for a second because you never know. Like that. Yeah, turtle stabbing for the win. Really nice option in here. And because the ants have like a harder exterior, yee, see that? The ants have a harder exterior, which means you can probably get away with using strike damage against them to do the most damage, but thrust damage is going to be your second best option because these guys are actually quite resilient to slash. I want to see if he'll go to sleep, though. No? Okay. It looked like he kind of thought about it. It's like the similar kind of thing to the Banished Knights. And that run attack that they do, that is the grab. It is bad news. It does a lot of damage. Don't get grabbed. So we have ant feelers right here. You can see them. And thankfully the spear is quite fast, even though it's considered a great spear. Hi there. Oh, you're just gonna come down, are you? Alright. Alright, so we don't quite have the strength to one-shot them with this weapon, but that is fine. And then we need to watch the ground as well, because they do come out of the ground, as we saw a minute ago. So the path is going to split again here. But that's okay. This part is pretty reasonable. Like, that part in there gets pretty yucky. You might die in there if you're not careful. This kind of area up here is fine because the ants, they're not like dogs. They don't have super hearing or anything like that. You can really just ruin their day if they don't know you're coming. More smithing stones of the appropriate tier. We're happy about that. Golden runes. Payday. Alright. So, let's go this way first. Let's see what we got going on here. I can hear them. Actually, no. I don't think this is the way we want to go first. This is the way that has the giant ants. Let's not do that. Let's go the other way first. Because the other way, I think, will dead end faster than this way. Big pile. I mean, look at this shit. You have just piles of bones, and these are people. These look like, well, some of these rib cages look bigger. You could have horses, bears, anything like that. I mean, these ants, honestly, are large enough and probably strong enough to kill just about anything. So, yeah, lots of bones. Caskets, too. Like, I want to know what the deal is with the caskets. Why are there wooden caskets down here? It's like they're sending little bento boxes of people to get eaten by these ants down here. It's kind of weird. Alright, here we go. So this is the opening up that I wanted to get to. Okay, a ghost glovewort. Shattered arrows. And more smithing stones. Good stuff. And then we're going to head up this hill real quick. Then going up here is going to lead further into the level, I think. For some reason, I feel like this direction was supposed to cut off quicker than the other one, but perhaps not. We have more magic guys over here, too. More of our friends. Do you recognize them? So what we want to do is we want to go through here in front of us, because that's going to lead us through here. We can take these cliffs down, and then we'll be able to grab that item there, which is purple. That tells us it's important. There's actually 2 of them. Like, we will initially drop off onto the stone walkway here to go grab that item, and then go back, drop down onto the lower one. And if you didn't do that, you could just take this elevator. It'll go down straight to the guys. So this is what I wanted to do. This is the cutoff I was looking for. We have this grace here. I want to grab this first, and then we will proceed. Can't use torrent. That sucks. But we should be able to drop without taking any damage. Can't get up there. Okay, no big deal. Sorry for the backtracking. I know I'm making it seem more confusing than it really is, but the reason I wanted to grab that grace was because if we die going further into this area, I don't want to have to run through those ants again. I want to be able to just run around this corner, deal with this one ant. Because this part right here is pretty dangerous. We're going to have lots of ants for this part, including a giant ass. Like, look at that, the queen or whatever. Oh boy, so many ants on the ceiling. Let's take care of this. You guys probably can understand what I was talking about now when I said, bring ammunition. Come on over. The spear is much faster than the ants, so let's take care of them. I wonder how effective the hand ballista would be. I mean, the crossbow we have is already quite effective. It's doing a lot of damage. Oh boy. So this is the problem. Getting more than one of them is bad. Bad, bad, bad. Oh, that did a lot of damage. And that's thanks to this. Having the America Scar seal on us is nice because we can have a boost in other stats. Like, we can have a boost in our mind and everything else as well, not just in our faith. And we don't have to waste a slot on a simple boost in faith. So let's get these guys pulled one at a time. And again, I don't recommend doing this any other way than how I'm showing you. You can run in here and you can just try to, like, be an R1 hero and try to just smash through all these guys, but I don't recommend it at all. I just don't. These ants are super dangerous one-on-one, but in groups, it's almost guaranteed death. They're terrible to deal with. And then this guy, I can't help it. I'm going to do something absolutely disgusting to this ant. Ooh, never mind. Normally you can get like a big backstab on that thing, but not that time. This weapon kind of has strange trajectory when it comes to that stuff. Normally the backstabs are easy to pull off against everything in this game, but great spears in particular, maybe it's just this one, makes it a little strange. But we got a really nice rune item from the big ant, and as you progress further into the game, you actually get named rune items. So, as I had mentioned, this is where it would spit us out, is the Grace is up there in that tower, and then we activated that lift, so we can take that if we die at this point, but I don't think we're going to die right here. Like, this is easier than dealing with the ants. We've already destroyed these guys. So, we're now in the spot that I pointed out, where we can roll off onto this cliff right here, follow this walkway to the item. There we go. And then we can roll off right here and get the purple guy. Celestial Dew. In case we've been a terrible person. So, these guys are a little bit different. We have a new version of the Claymans. These guys with the daggers do this little roly-poly thing. They are no more difficult at all. Like, they're really not. They have the same kind of annoying poise and hyper armor, but They don't necessarily have more health or anything like that. They do that, though. They have this weird, like... Oh, we can kill them in one backstab. That's great. Ah. They do have this annoying little stab that they do, so you can't necessarily stand around in one place. You do have to keep moving against these guys. But, honestly, I gotta be very straightforward with you. I am not a huge fan of messing with these guys. Like, to me, this is a stupid encounter. Like, there's no reason to sit here and fight all of them, because you do not have to kill them in order to get the items that they're guarding. So, perhaps that makes me a lazy person. I'm not sure. I just know that oh yeah, increased damage for days. Oh yeah, that's fantastic. That thing that they throw is bad news. Do not get hit by that. It will paralyze you. It's like a grapple attack. And once you're grappled, it's over. Absolutely not. Yeah, once they grapple you, it's not going to one-hit kill you, for example, but I mean, it's like getting grappled by a mind flayer. Once you are hit by it, you're unable to defend yourself. And who wants that? What the hell happened there? Wow, I missed both times. There we go. That's what I wanted. Oh, shit. This method I'm a fan of, though. Like, this is working great because of the water. The water is giving us amplified damage against these guys, and we also have a large amount of faith at our disposal. We are high faith damage right now, so lightning is great. Okay, more ghost glove warts, so we can upgrade special spirit ashes, should we choose. Oh, come here. So 2 hits from this spear will stagger them if we are two-handing. That's good to know. And we can knock them down with 2 charged strong attacks. That feels great. Man, very cool symbolism in this place. We didn't really get a good opportunity to look at that statue right there, but you get this big, like, wizard cloak-looking guy, and I think it speaks a lot to what these guys believe in and how they live their lives. Okay, so 2 different ways to go about this. You can go down through here, which is the way I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna show you the front way just to explain to you why you shouldn't do it. Hi there. Yep, it's me. You don't take a nap? Looks like it. Oh my goodness. So sleep works pretty good against these guys. I mean, well, it did take 3. It took 3 bolts, but we're at a point in the game that's a little more difficult now, so I suppose that's not entirely surprising. So we're going to deal with an entirely new enemy in this room. A very freaky thing that is just... This thing's a big old pile of bullshit. You can sneak. Stealth does work against these things. However, once you get close enough, it does not work anymore. So here's the problem with this area. We do have these magic clayman spearman guys that are kind of wandering around, but there's also lots of shinies here to distract us. We don't want to get distracted by the shinies. What we want to do is we want to get there. I'm not going to use my binocular because I will stand up, and then it will see me, and then it will start shooting at me. And this thing launches gravity magic. And you know what? Hell, I'll show you. Here. So that's gravity magic. It's going to launch these giant rocks at us. They do a lot of damage. It's a whole lot of bad. It's terrible. So there is a very large wind-up to this. It's a very large cooldown for this attack. So it's not... God, did you hear my wrist crack? Jeez, that hurt. There's a big cooldown with this attack, so it cannot cast it in rapid succession at you. You do have kind of like a cooldown time in between attacks to hide or find something new and inch your way closer if you go through the front here. But I'm going to show you the secret way to go where there's items on the way there, and it's just a better route if you want to get up to that thing. At least I think. I think that's what this side path is supposed to be, if I recall. But this thing that we're about to deal with, it should give us our next tier of somber smithing stone for this spear, is the main reason that I want to kill it in this episode, so we can go upgrade again, because our damage is going to go up exponentially. Yes, here we go. So, this thing, as long as we're sneaking like this, it should not see us over here. But there's claymen over here is the problem. So as much as we want to pick these items up, we really can't. It's a terrible idea. So let's not get distracted with any of the items, and let's just do our thing and get up here to this guy so we can trying to like map out where to go. Nothing sees us. We have the casters here, which is... Oh shit. There's no way you saw me. Well, the cat's out of the bag. Run. And use anything for cover. I mean, anything you can duck behind is cover. And then once you're actually up in this thing's face, you can hide behind these pillars. Theoretically. So here's how you want to do this part. Like, this is the best way to do it. Make your way into this room. Hide behind these well, the one that doesn't break, the big one at least. And this is kind of what I recommend, is just hiding behind these pillars over and over again and hitting it with your strongest ranged attack. Can anybody take a wild guess what mine is? It's time to have some fun. Oh, do I have any, though? I do! I have 2 of them. Great. Good enough for me. Are you kidding me? Wow. I'm angry. I'm really angry about that. We should be able to make more. We're probably going to have to use our hefty bones, though. Yep. That's okay. How many do we make? 5? That's okay. We don't really need the strong meat right now. We can use them for this if we want to. Please hit him. I don't have time for this bullshit. Wait, did I just... Oh my god. I cannot believe I just did that. I made the wrong one. Holy shit. That's embarrassing. Okay, let's play around with our bolts then. Let's use the perfumer bolts. Wow, I can't believe I just made the wrong one. That's super annoying. Okay. So this part's super simple. It really is just rinse and repeat like this. You just hide after you shoot him. It's really quite easy. So we're doing pretty good. It's doesn't have a whole lot of... Can we bleed this thing? Let's try. Gotta keep the bleed up, man. No? Okay, that's fine. It was worth a shot. Let's see what these magic bolts do. Probably not a lot, because this thing uses magic damage, right? Okay, 113, that's not bad. Versus what? 113 versus what in raw damage? 120. Okay, so yeah. This raw damage is the way to go. Come on, big money, big money, big money. No whammy, no whammy. Stop. Nothing. Okay. Alright, so that was not the one that drops the item that I wanted. That's bogus, but it's okay. Can't win them all. So what we're going to do, though, is now that we've taken care of that thing, we can't get back up the way we went, and I don't think there's anything in this room. Not that I know of. Nothing hiding? No? Okay, I mean, they would do that. Something could be hidden right here, and it'd be perfect, and you would overlook it exactly like they want you to. No hidden walls? Nothing? Wow. Missed opportunity. But that's okay. I don't develop games for a living. Don't listen to what I say. So we're going to go take this nice soft landing right here. And just kind of work our way down. There is a merchant in there, I believe. There's supposed to be anyway. So let's go grab the first of many items in here. Smithing stones. Alright. More of those is always welcome. Then we'll go get this purple guy here. Important. Alright, the Ainsel River map. Fantastic. So now we can kind of see where we're going.
Is someone there? A customer? Well, how long has it been?
Well, your shop is set up in a shitty place, man. Can you blame them? Okay, this guy. Thaw frost boluses and stimulating boluses. So we want to buy this because we want all the boluses. And then the acidic spray mist. That's a really interesting item because this is a different kind of cookbook. You can tell this one is different just by the name of it already. It's the perfumer's cookbook. And the reason for that is because experimenting with different perfumes is something I intend to do in this playthrough, and this is our first opportunity to do that. So we're going to buy that guy, and then these gravity stones. We played around with these over in Liurnia for a little bit. They're okay. They seemed alright. We used them against Vike, if you remember, the guy whose spear I'm using. And then this is the starting armor for the prisoner class, and it's kind of strange. I don't know. It's weird. And then he sells 1 Lost Ashes of War, which is good if we want to duplicate what we have, which we don't want to right now. Oh no. Thank God. Okay, I thought I was going to destroy his bed. I did not want that because I am an advocate of the merchants. They are my homies. We all like talking about coffee and all kinds of cool stuff. They're actually really interesting people if you just give them an opportunity to tell you about themselves. And I think that's a characteristic of every solid human being. Somebody who's willing to listen to somebody to see what they're about. Because I feel like you miss out on a lot of really great friendships and encounters in general if you're not willing to listen to people. Now you stop that. Notice how the bubble doesn't actually form and start homing in on you unless they complete the attack for real. So you stop them from doing that, stop the attack, and you stop them completely. So let's actually work our way over to this side real quick. Yeah, right here. We missed an item up here. And then we have this formic rock, which is used to make an explosive throwable that can be quite handy in a couple different situations. Not necessarily here as much. There's a grace there as well. We'll go get that in just a minute. But at a couple different points later on, you'll see what I mean. We'll get an opportunity to showcase it. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to show it right now. Boom. Let's see, do I just equip it to my pouch? Possibly. There's that remembrance. throwables? No. So there's the acidic spray mist that I was telling you about. Uses FP to release acidic mist from the mouth. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, man, this will take attack power away from enemies and it'll damage their equipment. This is honestly more so used for PvP, but you can use it against regular enemies. There's nothing stopping you. Let me go to my materials real quick. Where's the formic rock? Where are you? Don't mess with me. There it is. Okay, found the Ainsel River and other places where giant ants live. Yep. Giant ant venom, highly acidic. That's probably what it's used for, is probably that perfume. Okay, so yeah, maybe it's a different rock item I'm thinking of that's used for like an explosive. Like the volcanic rock or whatever. What do we have that we can use against these guys to get them all at once? Damn, two-shotting them. I say we use this. Whoa! It one-shotted them. Fantastic. I'm really glad they upgraded that spell because it's like... I tried really, really hard to find as many uses for it as I could before it got a little boost in efficacy, but like I'm telling you, before it was trash. Like, it could not be good no matter how hard you tried to make it good. And this time, I feel like these patches that they've been releasing, where they've been really bumping and nerfing where appropriate, I think it's like actually really good now. It's pretty cool that they did that because, I mean, it's such a cool spell. Like, it's applicable in many different regards. Coming through, gentlemen! Blow up, damn it. That's pretty cool. So let's do this. This is super, like, unorthodox, what I'm doing, right? Like, it's not a good idea to fight them like this, but I'm doing it anyway because I'm trying to experiment with area of effect spells. I'm trying to figure out what is the strongest stuff we have for groups of enemies in particular. Let's do this. Wow, that did well. Eek, but them hitting me is not good. Let's bubble up real quick. Wow. Alright. Not bad. That did incredibly well. Better than I anticipated. Okay, nothing hidden over here on the corner. Okay. But there was an item over here. Yeah, let's go grab this guy. Shield grease. Alright. So that's a grease that we actually have not picked up yet in this playthrough, I don't think. Or maybe we have and I'm just not very aware or alert. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, there we go. Make use of our stealth, our extra damage that we get for attacking enemies unaware. Okay, we've already been up here and dealt with these guys on the steps, and now what we need to do is we need to go down below. No, I'm not going to chisel through all these enemies one by one. It's just not worth it. Just going to grab what I need to grab. And we're going to call it a day. Golden rune, okay. Not much else down here to grab. These guys are slowpokes, so we don't need to be We don't need any kind of sense of urgency while we're gathering things around them because there's nothing they can do to stop us. They sure as hell can't catch us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run back around real quick, and we want to pick up some of those things that we missed on the way down. Since we were not worried about picking up items, we just wanted to get to the big giant bug. The space cockroach is what I like to call those. Gravity mosquito. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, there was one or two things we missed up here. There we go. The main one is out here on the cliff. So let's absolutely get rid of Spear Guy first. He's more dangerous. Hey. Yeah, stop. There we go. Smithing stone. See? Ooh, and we got a goodie over there that we missed too. A little centipede. Sneaky. The other thing is this level is super good at distracting you. Like, notice how it's giving us just like little small quantities of smithing stones of the lowest tier. Like, wouldn't you feel stupid if you died going for that? Like, wouldn't you? I mean, come on. So let's go grab this guy real quick. There shouldn't have been anything else on the way up there, but you don't need Torn for this jump. There we go. Tier 3s. Those are worth it. I'll die for those all day. And then there should not be anything else over here that we needed to get on the way up there. So let's just go grab our centipede, and then we're going to go grab that grace we saw. Bam. Little tucked away goodie. Anything else down here? Anything else at all? Doesn't look like it. I think we're being pretty thorough. Alright, so the way to get to this grace is we actually want to go up here. And we want to follow the cliff this way. We don't want to be down in the water first. I'm pretty sure there's an ant down there guarding it or something like that. So this is an excellent opportunity for us to just finally rest. Get all of our flasks and everything back. Not that we really need to, because when we kill these mobs in groups at a time, we get our flasks back just fine. But let's go down in the water here. Backtrack this way a little bit. Make sure there's nothing like along the stream that we missed. I don't think there is. Okay. And I know what you're thinking. If you're going to do this part, why don't you just take the stream immediately at the front door and just go get the grace? No. While you're running through the water, that thing will shoot the gravity magic at you, and you will likely die. It happened to me. So, we have more ants, and we're actually going to run into a different type of ant in this area. Strange little things. What? Alright, 3 bolts to kill an ant is like... That's fantastic. I mean, because if you remember what I was saying before, I would be happy with being able to kill them in 2 hits or less with the main hand. And 3 hits, or 3 bolts per ant is perfectly good. Like, that's... I'll take that. That's good damage. Okay, let's see if we get additional damage in the ass. Nope, doesn't look like it. That's okay. They're still not aggroing. I'm a huge fan of that. I think it's great. Works perfectly for us in this scenario. And I don't know if it's these red fumes that's, like, distracting them. I don't know if it, like, completely demands their attention and overrides them from wanting to attack us. I'm not sure. I just know that I'm glad it's happening. Okay, immunizing horn charm. So this, like many other charms in the game, this is the first tier of this charm. And this raises your immunity. So if you want better resistance against status effects, this is what you want to equip. This is good for bosses that use poison or scarlet rot, bleed, stuff like that. abnormal status effects is what you get when you equip that, or resistance to it, rather. It doesn't give you those effects. God, that would suck. Imagine equipping something and just getting scarlet rotted. I'm really glad these things are not attacking me. It's making our life way easier. Okay. So let's go through this room first. We should run into our first set of curse lizards in this room. Oh, there they are. Jeez. Okay. Let's see if we... Now, here's the problem with these things. They are very much the recycled curse lizards that are from, like, Dark Souls and stuff, you know. Dark Souls 2, even Dark Souls 3. I think they're in that game. That big-eyed frickin'... He sees us. And here's the problem. If we go for these things, he's going to bum rush us immediately, so it would really be in our best interest to try to kill these things in one hit each. Because if these things don't die and one charged R2 from behind, I'm running right the fuck back out there to pull them one at a time and kill them. So let's go for it. Problem is, nice. They made these things super beefy in this game. The only difference is that they're not curse lizards anymore. They're death lizards. They give you get death blight from these things, which death blight is very bad. It's incredibly bad. We watched it happen to our poor friend Roger. And of course they jump. They always jump. But our damage is good. We're doing incredibly good against these things right now. Surprisingly well, as a matter of fact, because they made these things pretty beefy in this game. Like, they can take significantly more damage than they did in previous Souls games. And I don't know why. I mean, who the hell would want them to be more difficult? But whatever. It's not my game. Stop. Just stop. Look at that. These guys have, like, basically 700 health or something. Not good. And they're tucked away in these little corners through here. It's bad news. And I don't think that's the last of them. I think there's even more of them. Yep. You, sir, are dying in one hit. Shit, charged R2. Soap, because we stink, apparently. Right. Yeah, give me these butterflies, man. So this is a different butterfly. This is the Ionian butterfly. We'll go over that in just a second. Somber smithing stones. This is the Lake of Rot. This... Jesus, this is a terrible, terrible freaking place. God, looks crazy from up here. You're thinking, oh, wow, that looks amazing. Can't wait to get on there. Nah, bro, it's bad news. That whole area down there is just a bad time. You do have these really cool, like, crystals hanging from the ceiling. Like, it would be really cool if they had, like, a Monster Hunter World type effect where you could hit those with your bow or something like that, dislodge them, and use them as damage against the boss fight. That'd be really cool. Stalactites are... Yeah, stalactites. Those are the ones that hang from the ceiling. And then down through there's going to be a whole village of, like, the centipede things that were inside the Celia Crystal Tunnel. It's all bad. It's all bad. But we can't access that right now, and if you try to, like, if you try to jump down, you'll die. So don't try. But, yeah, there's your first look in this adventure at the Lake of Rot, which is going to have a Dragonkin boss in it, and we're also going to fight... We're basically going to fight a bunch of rehashed bosses in there. We're going to fight a Dragonkin, and we're also going to fight an ulcerated tree spirit down there as well. So these things really don't, like, care. They're just like, shoot me, I don't care. I'm fine with it, because killing these things from far away is like the smartest thing you can do. They are so dangerous when you get close. Alright, watch the ceilings. And use headphones. I don't care. Use headphones, man. Listen for when they come out of the water behind you. It'll save your life. Okay, and then through here, there should not be any enemies through this entire stretch right here. There's this one item here. There we go. And then I think we're going to go fight another Dragonkin boss up this way. Oh boy. Ants, ants, ants. Listening for the ants. Oh no, we're good. So here's the problem with this version of the Dragonkin. It's bad. No torrent this time, but that's okay, because we're going to use our jumping attacks like we're supposed to. We're going to be responsible Souls players. Now the question is, who do I summon? Dina? Dean? I don't know if it's pronounced Dean. I'm going to call him Dean. Stormhawk Dean, or our Children of the Night. And it's going to depend on the time of day. It's late day. It's basically going on nighttime, so... I doubt it would work, though. It really would need to be nighttime. And it's slowly moving, but you know what? Let's give Stormhawk Dean a chance, shall we? Let's see... Fuck. Didn't mean to try to use him right now. And check that out. That is actually one of the loading screens for the game. And this is not the only one of these in the game, either. Very cool storytelling here. This is like a zombified giant cleric type person. Probably female. I think from the hood, it might look kind of female. It's got these rings on that you can see. Very cool stuff. Once we actually get above there, which there's that doorway, you can get up there and look from above. We're actually going to get a closer look at these rings on the finger, see what's going on there. And then we even have like a chain anklet, it looks like. Really ceremonial kind of visuals here. Super cool. Come out, Dragonkin. Alright, here we go. Okay, we did pretty good damage. And that's also doing good damage. Doesn't build up the... Oh god, that attack sucks. Gotta be careful of that. Shit. Eek. Eek. So this one has essentially... Come on, let me through, damn it. That's annoying. This one essentially has the abilities of the halberd that we unlocked. And is my Stormhawk basically dead? Yep. Eek! Not what I meant to do. Oh, shit! Actually, I'm curious. Let's do it. Wow. That tail attack actually did pretty well. I am very surprised that Dean survived. Because that's kind of why I was like slightly hesitant to use Dean, is because I used him in some experimentation on my other character, but didn't actually like upgrade him or use him. I just remember him being incredibly squishy and dying super fast. Now that boss hits hard. Like, I suppose that's not really a fair comparison because that boss does a lot of friggin' damage. But I will say this, I am Knight. Nice, nice, nice. The Great Ghost Glovewort, so we can max out a Spirit Summon now. But I will say this, I'm really surprised that the Stormhawk survived at all, because it is very low health. We have another Grace down there, you can see. But we're going to take a look at the miracle we got in just a second, or incantation, rather. I just like looking around to get this perspective. So that Dragonkin, you noticed, is totally different. There's a phase 2 for that one once you get him to half health. Let's rest at this Grace, and we're going to take a look at that spell we got, the Ice Lightning Spear. Can we level up? Not quite. Close. So these two spells have been kind of interesting so far. Let's swap out this for the Ice Lightning Spear. Yeah, this needs 34 faith. This is kind of a big boy. But it's super cool. Let's read it. Incantation that channels the power of the Dragonkin soldiers. Creates a spear of ice lightning and stabs it into the ground from above. On impact, the spear will burst into trails of lightning advancing forward. The Dragonkin were born in the Eternal City, where they knew not true sky, nor true lightning. Instead, ice lightning was their weapon. Quite innovative, we could say they were. So check this shit out. Yeah, it's pretty good. And as you can see, I'm missing quite a bit of FP. Wait till you see how much FP this costs. Check this out. As we raise up and use it, bam. That's a pretty good chunk, but it has the properties of ice and lightning with it. If you use it in a watery setting like this, you still get the added bonus of the lightning damage, but it also can cause frostbite. Very cool ability. We're going to play around with it a little bit. Because I actually want to see... Yeah, this needs 36 FP. Like, that's significantly more than either of our lightning spells that we have. It's even, like, more than our Aspect of Crucible abilities that we have equipped. It's a big boy spell. It requires a lot. But that should be, like, the majority of this area, the Ainsel River well. We did not... I'm trying to think if there was a path back there that we didn't take, but I don't think there is. I think we pretty much took every path. I don't think we're missing anything. We came in from here. The Grace populates over on this side, and if we walk that way, it's just a cliff, and trust me, if you try to jump off there, you will die. Like, there's no getting through there. Let's check these corners and stuff and make sure that there's nothing tucked away or hiding. Now this boss, even though it's kind of out of the way, it's worth killing for that spell. Now wait till we actually use that spell. Wait till you see how good it is at clearing mobs. As long as we're responsible and keep upgrading our faith to get the damage up. Yeah. So there is no teleport, or there's no jumping down there. Like, nothing you do is going to get you down there. And we did all of this too. I think. And all of that. Yep. Yeah, I think that's... unless we... So let's run back through real quick, just to be damn sure that we know what we're doing. Because we should have cleared this entire place, or so it would seem. What the hell, man? What is going on with these things? Are these, like, dead Dragonkin? They look humanoid to me. And what are they looking at when they died? It's almost like they were all watching... They were all watching something terrible happen from above, like a meteor struck or something. Gravity magic, maybe? I don't know. Like these ones. Look at these ones. Wow. Did they die worshipping? Praying? I don't know. This is crazy, though. This is weird, crazy storytelling. Damn. Hard to tell what's going on with a lot of this. So yeah, let's make just a... We are at the end of this episode, but let's make a quick sweep back through here just to make sure we're not missing anything. Which I don't think we are. Like, we ended up dead ending over here, right? So let's do this. There's the Old Palace Ruins. So this is the first room of all the clay guys. This is the elevator grace that we found. Then we go this way. I wonder if we take the path through here, can we go over this way? Did we cover any of this is my question. Which I don't think we did. Let's go back to the beginning and let's see what's going on with it. Because I'm pretty sure that when we go in there, there's just an ant hanging from the ceiling, and we shouldn't be able to jump through. Or we shouldn't be able to access this. We shouldn't be able to access that area, at least. Wow. This place is huge, man. So I'm going to run through here. Don't know why the ant doesn't aggro. It's kind of strange. Get down. I want to try something out on you. Oh, yeah. It's good. It's real good. Especially for us. We have quite a bit of faith on this character right now, so our damage is fantastic. Yeah, man, there's no getting up there, I'm telling you. Alright, maybe we're just going to have to go back and explore the other direction. Perhaps. I mean... Here, let me check this out. Not to keep you guys here for an eternity, but this is bugging me. I want to see if there's another way to get there. I really like how these elevators glow blue. I think it's very visually appealing. It's very atmospheric. It tells you that they are powered by some kind of sorcery, some kind of magical force. Whatever it is, it's similar to what possesses these claymen, or whatever augments their spears. And it also mimics the kind of blue gleam of the sorcery that the casters use. Really cool detail. Okay, so what is over here? I hate that these waterfalls don't hide anything, because by the time I waste time running underneath them trying to figure out what's going on, it ends up being nothing. It's very disappointing. So these guys will not follow you back here. They will leash, which is good. So I want to run through here just to see if we can go a different direction. I don't think we can. I really don't think so. I think that, like, we got what we got. And thank God that giant thing doesn't respawn. Jeez, that thing would suck to kill more than once. Yeah, it's... There can't be anything else going on down here. There can't be. Yeah, there's no secret tunnel or passage. It very much cuts off. Okay, okay. So we're probably going to have to try to explore the rest of this by different means. As in, we'll get there coming from a different direction. So let's follow the stream here. We'll get to this grace. We probably don't need to. We can probably already teleport. Yeah, okay, good. So that is going to be that portion of the well. Let's go back to the round table hold. I'm really disappointed that that giant space cockroach did not drop the smithing stone that I needed, the somber one.
Well, I took you no matter it. Lay out your own.
Let's see what we got. We don't have 6 of these yet, so we can't upgrade them just yet. We could use the tier 5s that we have to upgrade this one more time, as well as our shield. We could get these to 13 apiece, but I really would like to get our flail up again, as well as the twin blade. I do enjoy the twin blade quite a bit, so I will hold on to those for now.
Greta, you here for...
Can't upgrade either of these. We need a Ghost Glovewort tier 6 for the Hawk, and we need a Grave tier 5 for our children. Our hooligans. And then let's, since we refreshed, we'll talk to Roger again. Oh no. Damn. Let's rest again. Okay, he's still here. Did Damn, that's really depressing. So, we talked to the Albinarch woman, so perhaps Gideon will have a new dialogue for us.
Journey to the capital, Leyndell, to the east of the Altus Plateau, at the foot of the Erd Tree. The Two Fingers will deny your passage no longer. You may be our best hope.
Well, they weren't denying me to begin with.
Find the Albinoric woman. She hides in a... She knows the locate. Find the She hides in a... She knows the...
Okay, so he doesn't have anything new to say. And none of these are new. Oh, screw it. Fuck your table, man. What are you gonna do? Be messing your books up. Your stool. Now you can't get up to reach your tools. How are you going to fix the stool that you need to get to the shelf to get your tools to fix the table? Nothing new for us to purchase here. We don't need anything from them right now. Not that I know of. Alright. So I would say that about does it for this episode, folks. In the next episode, I don't believe we have any further means to be able to go underground, so I guess in the next episode what we're going to end up doing is we're going to, well, unless I can find the means to go further underground. Over here in Limgrave, near the Mistwood ruins, where are they? So this whole area is going to open up eventually at some point, and it's going to be like the continuation, because I mean you can see all of it up in here. This gray area is all open. Beneath the Mistwood is going to be the continuation of the underground, and I don't think we can get there yet, but I'm going to go talk to Celovus in the next episode, and we're going to go do the Ronnie questline, and it will get Blide to move and everything, and we'll continue down that path. So, thank you guys so much for joining me on today's episode of the in-depth playthrough of Elden Ring. I have been your faithful host, Let's Play Dark Souls HD, and I will catch you guys in the next video.